So you've invested in a company, and it's doing great. Awesome. But how do you actually get your piece of the pie? How does that success find its way into your wallet? Well, today, we're going to break down the two main ways companies share the wealth: cash and stock dividends. Yeah, this is the core question, isn't it? For every single investor. You watch the stock price, you read the good news, but how does the company's profit translate into a real return for you? That's what this is all about. And the answer comes down to one word: dividends. All right, let's dive right in and get into the basics. The number one way a company gets those hard-earned profits back to you, the owner, is through a dividend. You can think of it as the official pipeline for sharing success. So what is a dividend? At its heart, it's a reward. It's the company's board of directors basically saying, hey, we did well and you're an owner, so here's your share. It's probably the most direct link you'll find between a company's performance and your own bank account. But as you're about to see, these rewards can show up in very different ways. Yep, these rewards really come in two main flavors. The company can either give you cold, hard cash, or they can give you more ownership in the company itself by issuing more stock. Let's start with the one everybody loves to see: cash. This one is exactly what it sounds like. It's the most straightforward, the most intuitive. A cash payout means the company is literally putting money directly into your brokerage account. It's a tangible, spendable return on your investment. And these aren't always just random, one-off payments. They're typically paid out on a pretty regular schedule. A lot of the time, it's quarterly. If you're an investor who's looking for a steady income stream, this is the holy grail. It lets you get cash from your investment without having to sell off any of your shares. But a company can't just start handing out cash willy-nilly. A few things have to line up first. The board of directors has to officially declare it. And here's the really crucial part. They need to have two things in the bank. First, enough actual cash to make the payments. And second, enough retained earnings, which is the official accounting record of all their past profits. It's a really important check and balance to make sure they're paying you from real success, not just emptying their accounts. So what if a company is profitable but wants to keep all its cash to pour back into growing the business? Well, that brings us right to our second option, the extra shares payout, or as it's more formally known, the stock dividend. Just like it sounds, instead of sending cash, the company issues brand new shares of its own stock directly to you. So let's say you own 100 shares. A 5% stock dividend means, boom, you now own 105 shares. The reward here isn't cash today, it's a bigger piece of the company's future. Now, this is a fantastic move for a company that's in growth mode. But here, and this is the part that trips a lot of people up, your total investment value doesn't just magically increase the second you get the shares. Think of the company's total value as a pizza. All they've done is cut that same pizza into more slices. You now own more slices, but each slice is a little bit smaller, so the total value of what you're holding stays the same, at least for that moment. Okay, so we've got two very different ways to get to the same goal of rewarding you, the shareholder. Let's really put them side by side. Let's see how they truly stack up when you look at it from both the company's perspective and yours. This table just lays it all out so perfectly. Take a look. Both types of dividends reduce retained earnings. That makes sense, right? It's the profit that's being paid out. But the absolute game-changing difference is right here in the impact on company cash row. A cash dividend drains the company's cash reserves. A stock dividend, though, it leaves all that cash right where it is, ready to be reinvested. That one choice tells you so much about what a company is prioritizing. All right, this is all fascinating stuff, but what does it actually mean for your investment strategy? How should you, as an investor, think about these two different kinds of payouts? When it comes down to it, which one is better really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're looking for regular income from your portfolio right now, you're probably going to favor companies that pay out cash. But if you're in it for the long haul, if you really believe in a company's future, a stock dividend is like the company saying, we're reinvesting this for you, betting that those extra shares are going to be worth a whole lot more down the road. I love this quote on the slide because it just sums it all up perfectly. A cash dividend is your slice of the pie right now, ready to eat. A stock dividend is like getting a voucher for a bigger slice of a much larger pie that the company is planning to bake in the future. It's really a choice between an immediate reward and a delayed, but hopefully much greater one. And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. Let's put you in the driver's seat. You're on the board of directors. Your company just had an incredible year. What's your move? Do you give your shareholders cash today? Or do you bet on the future and give them a bigger stake in the company you're building? The choice you make says everything about your strategy.